Welcome again. So we want to talk about Copilot. So Copilot is in the market for a while now, and everybody is talking about it, and it's in every product. But is it really useful if you are in the role of an editor? And that's a session from my side, and as well together with Knut, because we both have been working in internet environments for many years now, working with different products, with SharePoint, with Omnia, Knut as well with Mosaic. Yeah, me too with Mosaic, but some other like Valo or other tools. And I don't spend so much time on myself because we had already the session before. So let's jump over to Knut. Yeah. Shall I introduce you, or do you want to do it yourself?
Maybe you will do better, who knows? But yeah, for new people that joined from our earlier session today, so Knut is my name. Still from Norway, working for long around the SharePoint base, basically from on-prem to online. So I'm still one of the guys that can still do SharePoint on-prem and support people on that if needed. I'm a kind of freelancer, so I work for my own company and providing support for a few companies around the world right now, Lightning Tools and Mosaic 365 that has like different stuff on top of SharePoint, basically. And of course, as mentioned earlier today, just as Mohammed is organizing this amazing event today, we are also organizing Collab Days Oslo together with Martin, and I'm also organizing some Norwegian meetups here in Norway, and of course we just did the Global AI Bootcamp. So people that knows me, I've been like an MVP for 10 years, and community is my really thing. It's my passion, basically, to come and share knowledge with other people, and also mentoring other people to kind of achieve more with the technology that we have. Because one thing is what Microsoft says, another thing is the real world scenarios, and I'm trying to kind of help people to transform the really amazing sales pitch that Microsoft does to actual deliverable stuff that you can do in your own organization. So that's me.
Yeah. So, okay, what are we talking about today? What are the goals? So, do we really need AI? And if we use AI, what kind of options do we have as an editor? And what are the limitations? And is the license worth it? So let's jump over. So what is the work of an editor, and how did they work in the past? So an editor is a person who has to create content, final content, so images, makes a plan what to publish when, and so on. So images, graphics, content, any kind of content has to be created or at least prepared by an editor. And I will skip this movie, but just to give you an insight, this is a movie playing in New York, playing in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Post, and there are two editors writing different articles, and there's a person who has to check it, and so this person is like a co-pilot. He's reading the article of the other colleague and telling him, hey, the sound is great, but you need to use different wording for this and that. So this is how Copilot works. I jump over because we don't have a sound. So tasks, as I mentioned, so we have to create and follow a communication strategy. We will create a content plan. When do we want to publish what? This is like really when we set up an article as MVP, for example, we also think, okay, when should I publish this and what do we need to put inside? Then you create the text, you create and search images, you search or create graphics like tables, like Paula did before, like really nice infographics. Then you create the pages, and you are also responsible for the layout of publishing pages. And today we will cover text creation, we will create pages, and we will search for images or create images. So how can I enhance my creativity with AI? Because we have been all thinking about, okay, it's a white paper, nothing written down, I have no idea. So the great thing is you can ask your GPT to at least get something on your blog and something to start with. So the idea is, okay, I can use like Copilot or AI in general to generate ideas and use it for brainstorming. Even on the whiteboard with Copilot, you can start creating some ideas and he will put some notes together and then you can sort it. You can use it for research, which already Knut showed in the last demo when you have like a bunch of documents and you push your agent and ask your agent to get the stuff outside. You can get some automated drafts. We can enhance our language skills. So as we are all not native English speakers, we can at least ask the AI to support us and to get style suggestions or at least a better way to say something. You can get personalized feedback. You can have like content creation and expansion, so you can shorten or extend a part of your text. This will also part of the demo later. We will have visual and multimedia suggestions. So now you can even create videos with AI. You can have a collaboration with this AI. So discuss with her or with him, I don't know, with it, maybe it, and get a conversation running and get some ideas working out. And for sure, you can automate something and save time. And finally, you can also use it to check the facts and quality. You have always to check the AI if it's true, what it gives back. But on the other hand, you can also use it to find other sources and to check them. So AI tools, we have like listed a few of them. There are hundreds, thousands even, but we want to focus just on a few. We will have a look at ChatGPT. We will have a look at Bing. We will have a look at ChatGPT for image creation, Midjourney, Flux AI, and Napkin AI. And we also will have a look at WriteSonic to create text. And we will have a look at the MS Designer. So first of all, Microsoft offers a page where you can get prompts and where you can try out the prompts and get like they are sorted. You can sort for a category and you can sort by app and then check out these prompts. And we would recommend you to create your own prompt library that you can, so the prompts that really work out very well, just keep them, store them somewhere to use them again. So what about text creation? I spoke about that. I wanted to show WriteSonic. WriteSonic is an AI software where you can create articles. And in my example, I'm creating a LinkedIn post. So I just choose the type of post I want to do. I can choose the language, and then I create a prompt and describe what my focus is. And the software will ask me again to optimize my prompt with some other refinable stuff like goal, like key takeaways, and it also applies some suggestions, like you see expert predictions, technological advancements, and so on. And then when you go to the steps, you create a long prompt and a more precise prompt than just like writing 5 sentences and so on. And then it starts with the article. So, and then you just create your link, and then you can put it into your LinkedIn post, or you can even create a long prompt for an article, 20 pages or whatever. So, and this is, if you want to test it, you can. There's a free version, but you can also go to the pro version with $12 per month, or up to $80 or $79 per month if you want to use it a lot. So what about if I want to create content with Napkin? So if I need infographics within a text, then I could use Napkin. How does Napkin work? So first I created with Copilot short text, and I copy this text into this field. Then I divide it into chapters. And then you see on the left side, you see already the small symbol, and then you can just choose the graphics you want to use, and it will create the tables completely, or the graphics with you, with and checking the content you have in this paragraph. And when you have chosen it, then you can still modify the style. And you also could create a text with Napkin as well. So this is a short intro of Napkin. And Napkin, there's a starter plan for free, but also right now, during beta, the professional is free and enterprise plan is not available. So it's worth to try if you want to use, like, you create Word documents or whatever, and you want to add some infographics there. What about images? So first of all, I have a short movie about how to create images with Midjourney. In this case, we want to create a graphic with my image, with my face as a trumpet player in the cloud. So first you start with a prompt. Then you give some sources, like, okay, I want this style. So the first image we use is the style reference, and then we use the content reference, and then we add some values. And now let's start to create the image. And so it's creating an image, like you can select one of 4. And you see there's a lot distortion. So then you select it, and then you mark the distortion and just let it calculate new again. So there's like some birds and whatever, and just mark it, and then extend the prompt. No birds, no airplanes. It's running again, and the result is back and without any errors. So that's the one we have chosen. And you see it's like within minutes you get a nice looking image. Oh, sorry. So next. So this is not for free. You can start with $10 per month, but the standard will be like $30, and it's going up to $120. So what about Copilot? So Microsoft Designer, let's try to do it here as well. So I've created a long detailed prompt, and I'm logged in because if I would, so you can use Copilot for free, but you need at least so the Copilot chat, but you need at least to be logged in to create images. So this is the result with Microsoft Bing Chat, or now Copilot Chat, and the same. So Copilot itself, it's like $30 a month. And now let's check Flux AI. Put the same prompt there. So, and before you run, you can check, okay, default size image, which size image, what you have to define, the possibility to define the result. And then it's generating the image. And this will be quite different because Flux can really create more realistic persons. As you see, we have the same prompt, but a totally different result. Flux AI is like you have like 10, I think, no, 40 tokens for free. 10 tokens are needed to create one image. It's a bit small. You can see it here. What's kind of image creation will cost like. We have created also this images with Flux, so it's completely really photorealistic material, and the subscription is for free if you have how to say, if you have an account there, but really useful is it if you start with $10 per month. But you can first try it out for free. Just log in and you get this 40 credits. So it's like 4 images per day. What about ChatGPT? So ChatGPT came out with image creation a few weeks or days ago, and I tried it out and just added Knut and me and wanted ChatGPT to create us as in the style of Asterix. By the way, I tried it a few times. One time was like the first time I did it, I got into a dialogue. It was in German, and then ChatGPT asked me, okay, what kind of style do you want? Do you want to put yourself into the village, or do you want to work with the Romans, and so on? This time, it just started to create the first image, this one. And then I had a second prompt and said, okay, put Knut and me into the fight with the Romans. And I also told him that myself didn't look like Asterix, so I should look more like me. So this is like the result of 2 more prompts. And the pricing, so you can use it. I tried it. I created for free about 3 images. But if you want to use it every day, you should think about this ChatGPT Plus, which is $20 a month. Or if you even have more to use, then you can spend $200 a month for the ChatGPT Pro. So now we come, Mr. Demogod. So let's go and check what the intranet, our intranet solutions can bring with AI.
Yeah, maybe before that, Martin, we had a question when you talked about different image generation tools and so on. We got a question about what about Grok? I don't know if you have tested it or tried it out.
Which one?
Grok.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so I just tested a little bit while you was talking, and it looks pretty great as well. And it's using the deep search for the generation, and it becomes quite realistical images and so on. So I think like the common denominator here is that there's so many different tools, and you kind of just need to find the one that you feel is the right one and the one that works well for the task that you give it to it. Because as Martin showed, some tools are great in generating realistical images, while others are more great in creating like not so realistical images, more like futuristic images and more like kind of like cartoon type of images in a sense. So there are so many different tools, as we of course also cannot cover all of them, but of course, right now, as Martin mentioned, I'm going to show you a little bit about what are the current possibilities inside of the Microsoft 365 stack when it comes to being, how to call it again in English, like being a publicist or being like a content creator inside of, for instance, Viva Engage or inside of SharePoint, how the AI or Copilot, since that's the name Microsoft called it, is able to help the content producers in the tasks that they do. So let me share my screen with all of you, and then I hope you should see it now.
Yes.
And just 2 seconds, I'll move us over to the other screen. So right now I went into Viva Engage, so let's start there. So, for instance, if I'm going into the sales community over here, how AI will help me is, of course, it's two-folded. First of all, you could use like an intelligent importer where you can actually go in and import questions, or like can populate questions based on a document that you have. And by this, it will help you to populate Q&A questions much quicker than waiting for the community to ask them for you. So kind of pre-populate like most answered questions. Like for instance, we had the employee handbook in our previous session today. So you could kind of in here also import the employee handbook and then generate questions and answers based on that file also within here. But to go more into the content creator tasks. For instance, if you want to create an article inside of your Viva Engage community, we can of course write here a new vacation leave policy in our organization, and then we can of course go and click the Copilot button, and then we can ask Copilot to go in here and help us to write the content in a sense for us here, so that I can get the help to generate all of these things, and I don't need to spend time on imagining fancy, great titles and all that kind of stuff myself, for instance. So that's how Copilot came in and helped us here. We can also do the same when it comes to discussions. So you see, again, we get the Copilot button in here. And of course, here, again, you need to have that Copilot license to be able to benefit on all these things. So let's just go here. And we can, of course, tell Copilot, can you write a post about our latest new hires in our organization, Peter and Linda. So let's just see what it will do. So now you see it generated a text here, and we have to click the add to post. Or of course, if we was not happy with it, we can of course try again a more exciting way of writing. And then it will regenerate it, and you see now it became more social or SOME type of text, with also some taggings in a sense in here. And of course, it also comes in and helps you to kind of keep it authentic, like help you to improve the text that you also already have written. So this is a great way of getting help from the AI or the Copilot within the tools that you are already using. Then, of course, if we move into our SharePoint-based intranet, as I was looking at a little bit earlier for our demo as well, we have here our intranet. And of course, everybody sometimes can struggle with being able to create news post or article post here. And now with page creation with Copilot, as we get on the new, which is in a preview mode right now, we can also use Copilot to generate a page for us. So for instance, we can either select from some of the pre-populated templates from Microsoft. So these are the different news post templates, or we can create like a page template, or we can go in here and basically ask it to write for us based on the file that I already have in my environment. So we can, for instance, go in and use one of my documents that I have already here. I have one that is called the Viva Engage Masterclass. And here you also need to select if it should be a news post or a page post. So I want to create a page about Viva Engage Masterclass that we want to offer to all our employees, for instance. And then we can just go ahead and click. There's also here we can change the tone of voice or how long text it should generate. And now it should generate all this stuff for us, hopefully. And you see I'm creating a private draft, so this is only for me. But then we can, of course, share it later on. Now you see that it populates the page for me, and we have like a really nice wizard down here that tells us like how far did it get into creating all of this content. If I'll just quickly go back here, let us also try to use the same kind of the same document we had before. I think it's always nice to kind of show a little bit the same context we had. So you can also go and do the employee handbook that we had. It was actually already here. So focus, get based on document, write about the section code of conduct. So here we can also say that, hey, you don't need to write about all of the document that we have. You can just select parts of it, because if I will do like the full document here, then it will take too long time. Need to write about the section code of conduct. Again, as you can see here, we can select the tone of voice, so we can do like enthusiastic or engaging or creative. Let's just professional. You can also choose like how long the generated content should be. So let's choose medium, and then I don't want it as a private draft. I will just create it as I want. And then now it will, because if I do private draft, it will be stored in OneDrive, while I wanted to have it in SharePoint. So here now it creates it for us as well. Now we see that it will create a title section. It will then now go in and do the employee code of conduct and write about the dress code. And if I will now, of course, also just jump out of this one, and let's just jump to our, I'll just go and start this page, I can actually go and jump into my document library. I can show you also how that document looks like. So we will see that it will actually generate exactly the things that we asked it about. So let's just go and jump to site contacts. And then we have the employee docs here. And we have my handbook. So if you see here, we have code of conduct. It starts with dress code. Then we will have cybersecurity. We have conflict of interest, employee relationship, workplace visitors, and solicitation and distribution. So if you go back here, you will see that it will generate sections of all this stuff in here. And since I choose like medium length, it generates quite a lot of a big page. It will do concise, it will be quite so much shorter. It takes a few minutes to generate all of this stuff, but when it is finished, at least we will have the pre-populated page for us with some images, some layouts, and so on. And now you see that it's finished. We can, of course, send feedback back to Microsoft if this was good creating of this or not. But I can then choose keep it. And what we can also do now to kind of improve the look and feel a little bit of this page is that we can select the page. And again, we have over here design ideas. There is also, again, AI that will come in and help us to kind of make this page looks more nice and beautiful based on our content. But we can also do a little bit more here because the Copilot will also be available in SharePoint within our text editor web part. So if I go here, you see we also have a Copilot button, and we can now ask us to make it longer, shorter, or we can make the dress code more engaging. And now we'll rewrite all this text and make it a more engaging text for us. So again, this is the way we can actually use Copilot to help us to write content that is more engaging for our employees, to actually hopefully get them to read the things that we create and to get a bigger reach of what we are doing. And of course, again, we can do exactly this. You might think that we could do the same here on the title, but as you can see here, this is a banner web part, and here we currently don't have the Copilot button available. But what we can do then, of course, if I want to get help to create a better title of the page, I can, for instance, just take it down into my already existing text editor web part. I can just paste it there, copy the text, go and do the Copilot and auto rewrite and make it more creative. This you could also have done in Copilot, the like Copilot Microsoft.com window, like the window I have over here. You can also do it exactly the same to ask it to, can you improve this title to be more engaging? And then it will come and do that. Now, of course, I was in my employee handbook, so it's not going to give me a lot of great answers about that. I had to go out and do it from here. But you understand the story here. And as always, with Copilot in the experience here, you get 3 suggestions from Copilot. And if you like one of them, you can insert and replace, or you can insert below, or you can, if you don't like, you can regenerate with 3 new suggestions. So for now, let's just insert it. And then, of course, what we need to do is, of course, copy paste it up here. So it's a little bit heavy shifting, but at least it's a workaround that you so that you can enjoy the help of Copilot to also generate the kind of the exciting page names and so on. But as Martin mentioned, and I also mentioned earlier, I also work for a company called The Mosaic that has created an alternative approach on how to use AI to help you kind of generate content inside of your SharePoint intranet. So what they have done is they have created a wizard way to do it. So for instance, I can go here and I can select the AI assistant, or we can do it the manual way. And then again, just as with Copilot, you can then kind of select the template, and then you will go and click next. And here you will basically just choose, as with the Microsoft one, write the tone of voice and all that kind of stuff. So write a post about our new hires, Knut and Martin, that just joined our digital workplace team. Then we can just click next. And the funny part was that these things Mosaic has had for more than 1 year already, while Microsoft just came with their way of doing it not that many weeks or months ago. But the nice thing here is instead of like just generating the thing for me, it comes here and say, hey, do you like any one of these titles, before it start to create the page itself. So no, I don't like any one of those, but this one I like, and then I will click next. And now it will start to generate the page for us based on the template that I provided, so that it will get the look and feel of the page that I want. So it takes kind of the AI experience from Copilot and take it a little bit further. But of course, here is about what people prefer and what they want, because again, Mosaic also costs money, so it will also, as Copilot costs money, everybody needs to charge for the services in a sense. So that's where you need to, of course, figure out like which one you prefer and which one you like more. And of course, you can also do them in combination. It's not like one will exclude the other. But these are just some examples to kind of show you how AI can help you as a content producer or content editor achieve more, because like one of the most challenging thing in my opinion would be sometimes to even know what to create of content, because for an intranet, for instance, if you have as we saw here, I have my intranet here with a lot of news articles and a lot of things on the starting page here, but the thing is that if this starting page is kind of not engaging, if it's not happening anything, not coming new articles all the time, as you can see here, then of course people will not interact. And that's kind of the challenge of being a content creator, is that you always need to make engaging content. And that's where I think both what Martin showed with the image generation, first of all, like if we should go in, for instance, in here, we have our page here, like with Microsoft right now, if I should select an image in here, I will have to go and click edit and browse images. I can either use recent ones, or of course, you can have the organizational asset library where you will have corporate approved images. Or if you go and do stock images or web search here, then of course, those images are free to use. Because they are, you can use them. But if you want to then, instead of maybe having same pictures as everyone else is having, then you can use the image generation tools, as Martin showed you before, to kind of generate more unique, engaging images for your organization. So I think that's really, really nice capability for the content creators. So that was it, I think, from the demo side from me, Martin.
Okay. Then I jump back. So there was a question. I think we will post the graphic later on, the infographic regarding Copilot, if it is if it is an OpenAI product. No, it's a Microsoft product using OpenAI language models. And Knut, there was a question if it's using the OpenAI API. That's, I was just looking for the infographic they are always using, but I didn't find it.
Yeah, I can find it
in a second. So yeah, so coming back, so we have seen now the demos how you can create content with tools outside of the intranet solution, and also like using AI within the intranet solution. And what's going on in the future, I just have like check the Microsoft roadmap. I have just spotted some highlights. So there are some agents coming into the Teams mobile app, and so there are so many agents functionality is coming. So like the demo we had before in the morning was now like the agents in SharePoint are available a few weeks now. So there's a lot coming there. So what about the takeaways? Our recommendation is not to use only one tool. Use the tool you prefer for your special use case. As we discussed, like use your favorite tool, or maybe you have like two tools to create images. So we will check your hint with the other tool as well. Try this stuff out. Try the language models out. So sometimes you can change the language model. They all have different focus, and it's not one tool for everything. So really play around with the stuff and get some ideas, and then you will find your favorite. Save your prompts in your prompt catalog or database, and also check out Copilot Studio to create your own custom agents.